All right, movie nerds, today we're talking about Equilibrium, aka The Matrix meets 1984, but with Gun-kata. This 2002 dystopian sci-fi action flick starred the pre-Batman Begins Christian Bale, rocking a black trench coat, dual pistols, and the deadliest dance moves outside of a John Wick movie. So, why did this kick-ass, bullet-flying, totalitarian smashing movie get ignored when it first came out? And why is it now a cult classic that sci-fi fans swear by? We'll find out. Let's dive in. Before we start, please do take out a few seconds to subscribe to this channel. It really helps out. Thanks. Equilibrium was written and directed by Kurt Wimmer, a guy who clearly watched The Matrix and read too much George Orwell before thinking, yeah, but what if we added Gun Fu? Wimmer had big ambitions, but unfortunately, Hollywood didn't exactly roll out the red carpet for this guy. After this movie, would you believe that this is the same guy who later directed the horrible Ultraviolet in 2006, a movie so bad it made people forget that he once made something good. But hey, we're not here to talk about Ultraviolet, we're here to talk about Equilibrium, his one true masterpiece. So, what's Equilibrium about? It's basically Fahrenheit 451, but with guns. Plus, as I'm going to be sharing major plot details, a spoiler alert is in full effect. Welcome to Libria, a futuristic totalitarian dystopia where emotions illegal, love banned, music cancelled, happiness a crime, angry Twitter rants execution worthy. To make sure no one ever feels anything, citizens must take a daily dose of a drug called Prosium, an emotion-suppressing drug that turns everyone into robotic zombies with bad fashion sense. Enter John Preston, played by Christian Bale, a high-ranking grammaton cleric. Basically, a Jedi mixed with a T-1000, but with more gun acrobatics. His job? Hunt down and execute sense offenders, people who dare to feel things like reading poetry or petting a dog. Seriously. But one day he accidentally skips his Prosium dose and starts to feel emotions. He realizes his entire life is a lie and decides to burn the whole system down. Preston joins an underground rebellion which fights for the return of art, music, and emotions. Along the way, he murders his partner, played by Taye Diggs, with a face slice so clean it should be in a Michelin star restaurant. Then, he single-handedly destroys the totalitarian government in a final showdown featuring Gun-kata, sword fights, and more dead bodies than a Call of Duty lobby. And the cast? We have Bale before Batman as John Preston, the perfect stoic action hero who can go from emotionless Terminator to raging berserker in 5 seconds. Sean Bean also stars in this movie as Partridge, who is Preston's first partner, and yeah, he dies early because it's a Sean Bean movie. Taye Diggs acts as Brandt, the villain with the smuggest smile ever seen in cinema. We've also got Emily Watson as Mary O'Brien, the love interest who exists just to get killed, giving Preston an existential crisis. And of course, Angus MacFadyen as Vice Consul DuPont, the big bad boss who meets his end in a slow-motion, blood-spattered final duel. So, I've mentioned Gun-kata a lot in this movie, so
what the hell is even that?
Well, Gun-kata is an interesting fighting style that was completely invented by the director Kurt Wimmer. It's basically martial arts with guns, which somehow looks both ridiculous and amazing at the same time. I don't know. Why don't more action movies do this? Anyway, during the shooting of the movie, Bale got so into his emotionless character that some extras actually thought he was genuinely cold-hearted. Imagine trying to explain to people, no, I'm not a psychopath. I'm just really good at acting. Shut up, crazy person. As if this movie didn't already have enough problems at the time, Miramax, yes, that Miramax, butchered the marketing for this movie, barely promoting the film. It had no major theatrical release in the US of all places, meaning that almost nobody saw it in the theaters. What a wasted opportunity. Conceptually, Equilibrium is basically what happens when you mix 1984, Fahrenheit 451, and The Matrix into a blender and sprinkle some ultra-violent John Wick seasoning on top. We've got the usual bleak societal themes like totalitarian control, where the government demands absolute obedience through emotional suppression. We've got censorship and rebellion, just like in Fahrenheit 451, arts and literature are burned to keep the population docile. We've also got the themes of individuality versus the system. The classic one man wakes up, fights back storyline, but with 50% more backflips and bullets. Pew pew pew! Equilibrium was made on a budget of $20 million and grossed only $5.3 million at the box office. It didn't get any better critically. It holds a Rotten Tomatoes score of 40% from critics and 81% from audiences. Cult following? Massive. Critics, not impressed. It's a Matrix ripoff, too serious for its own good. Gun-kata is stupid, they said. Audiences loved it. Underrated masterpiece. Gun-kata is awesome. Better than most Hollywood action flicks, the fans said. Despite its poor financial and critical showing, Equilibrium has still amassed a cult following. Since a lot of folks didn't see it in theaters, DVD and online fans kept it alive. I mean, I saw it first on DVD at a friend's house, and boy, we all loved it then. Action fans also worshipped the Gun-kata fighting style, inspiring future movies and video games. And then, right before he became Batman, Bale proved he could lead an action movie like a boss. And man, the film is also just plain cool. The trench coats, the Gun-kata insanity, and the deep dystopian themes make Equilibrium a must-watch for all sci-fi lovers. So what's my final verdict for this movie? Should you watch 2002's Equilibrium? Yes. Is Equilibrium a perfect movie? Nope. Is it a badass, stylish sci-fi cult gem? Hell yeah. If you love dystopian thrillers, gung fu fights that make no sense but look amazing, Christian Bale being a total badass, then this movie deserves a spot on your watch list. Final rating? So underrated, it hurts. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go practice my Gun-kata in the mirror, just in case the totalitarian dystopia actually happens. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay safe.